Poundcake, any idea who this is singing?
Hootie and the Blowfish?
Yep. Nailed it.
I know Kid Rock covered it, but I don't know who this is.
They didn't cover it. He used the
sample, yeah.
melody from it. I'll give you two more guesses.
I'm not going to get it.
I know you won't, but I'd like to hear what you come up with.
But I don't even know anybody close to this.
This is Warren Zevon.
Okay, yeah.
Werewolves of London was his biggest hit. I've always been a huge Warren Zevon fan. It was 20 years ago last night that he did a final performance on David Letterman. Letterman gave him the entire hour. He had been diagnosed with terminal lung cancer, so everybody involved knew that Warren Zevon was going to die. And he joked about the fact that he probably shouldn't have avoided doctors for a couple of decades, but they gave him a few months to live. So at that point, he said, well, Letterman had been the biggest cheerleader for Warren Zevon in pop culture. There were a lot, as long as he had been around, there were a lot of people that still weren't familiar with Warren Zevon. Eddie Vedder would tell David Letterman that he turned him on to Warren Zevon. He's like, what am I, the only guy who knows about this dude? So he gave him the hour, October 30th, 2002. He'd be dead 11 months later. He died September 03. And pulled out all the stops and doing essentially a farewell album. I mean, imagine doing an album knowing that you're going to die. It's going to be your last one. So it was kind of a surreal experience. I still have this on VHS. I have Warren Zevon on the Letterman show when he was terminal. He knew he was going to die. He did one final album, called all of his friends that he'd ever worked with, because he came up with guys like Jackson Browne and Bruce Springsteen and Bonnie Raitt and all these people. He goes, let's do an album and get in there and have fun and blah, blah, blah. And there's still a lot of people who aren't familiar with Warren Zevon. He did the Larry Sanders Show. He kind of poked fun at himself by begging it to not have to play Werewolves of London, and then they bring him out and he plays Werewolves of London.
I thought it was Werewolf Dolph Lundgren.
His hair was perfect.
Well, let's try it out, Aaron. Werewolf Dolph Lundgren.
No, not that part.
Oh, not that part. Because he separates him by this point in the song. Werewolf Dolph Lundgren.
Yep.
All right, I mean,
closer to the beginning. It
listen,
sounds more
you could
like
do a hell of a lot worse.
jumblier.
Yeah, you do a hell of a lot worse than Werewolf Dolph Lundgren. But, and it's Halloween. Why not? How many werewolf songs are there?
Just that one, I think.
There's a couple, but I mean, that's the best one. They're not even domestic werewolves. That's how rare it is here in the United States.
There's an American Werewolf in Paris. That's a domestic one on vacation.
London, yes.
No, there's a Paris one.
That's the sequel.
That's the one I've seen.
That's the bad one.
It's pretty bad.
The good one is the one that preceded it. That's the good one.
Well, because the
Also in London.
Paris one was like early 2000s, I think.
Probably.
Late 90s, somewhere around
90s,
there.
The original
yeah.
was 84, 85, I
It
think.
was, what's that dude's name?
81.
He
Tom
was-
Everett Scott.
Yeah, that's the guy.
He was Andrea Savage's husband on that I'm Sorry show.
Yes.
He was in the Oneaters.
Mm-hmm. The drummer.
Yeah, the drummer in the Oneaters. So, no, not Hootie and the Blowfish. Poundcake. Hey, your Cavaliers beat the Knicks last night here at home. Did you go?
I did not go.
No. Oh, that was, never mind.
121-108. They will be back here at home on Wednesday night to play the Celtics.
That Celtics game on Friday went to overtime, and that was a great win.
Yeah.
So they're looking real good. Donovan Mitchell, man, that guy is insane.
As advertised.
Yep.
132-123 was the win over Boston in Boston, and so they'll play them here at home tomorrow night. Then they'll go to Detroit to play the Pistons. The Lakers have still not won, I don't think, as of now.
No, they won last night.
Oh, they won last night.
They beat
Who did they
the
finally
Nuggets.
beat? There you go.
They beat the Nuggets.
The Lakers had been the last winless team because the Bucks are the only unbeaten team. Bucks are 5-0, and LeBron and the Lakers. So anyway, Cavs will play LeBron and the Lakers on November the 6th, next Sunday. Next Sunday, yes.
This upcoming
Sunday,
yeah.
3:30 in the afternoon. And today, if you're going to get some gear at CLE Clothing Company, today's the last day to use the word spooky. Come November, tomorrow, you want to use the promo code PUMPKIN for 20% off whatever you get Whether you're in one of their stores right around the corner from us or online. I get all kinds of stuff. Somebody texted me and said, hey, I want to look in your window. Are they keeping you guys under wraps or what? Because I was walking to the pumpkin show, and all I saw was the gym. And I go, well, you were on the Prospect side. We're on the Euclid side, is what you want to do. You want to walk through and come around this side. And you can wave in the window to no one.
Yeah, because we wouldn't be here.
No. I tried Liquid Death on Friday, by the way.
Oh, water.
Are we sponsored by them by chance?
We are not.
It's trash.
Well, it's not that it's trash. It's water in a tall boy can.
It's water that tastes like a can. It's
I
like
didn't-
aluminum water.
I didn't get
can't stand
that.
it.
But what I don't understand is why it's like a 700 milli. You want to talk about the triumph of style over substance. It's not that it's bad. What I had wasn't bad, but it's flat water
I was going to
in
say.
a tall boy can, and it's worth $77 million strictly through marketing. And I'm like, boy, whatever these guys did, everything is timing. And like they've got fun names, Mango Chainsaw and Bury It Alive and Murder Your Thirst and all this stuff. But it's water, and they're getting stocked places solely off the
Everywhere.
marketing. And I'm curious. I mean, good for them. I'm just curious because I didn't know that's what it was. Gwen had been at a party or something and brought a can home. I thought it was at least
An energy drink or
like a White
something.
Claw
Yeah.
or something. It's flat water.
The first time, I think what it is for me at least is I think it's weird to drink something that is not carbonated out of a can. I can't think of another beverage that I've had from a can that is not carbonated.
There's
Okay.
a lot of energy drinks that don't have carbonation that come, like the tea ones. I drink a lot of
The Bai tea.
like Monster has tea ones that I
Okay, yeah,
like.
I had the Monster Recovery one,
Yeah.
like a lemonade one, but maybe once or twice. But still, you got to say that. I feel like that's weird. That's the weird combo. Anything in a can, I feel like should have carbonation.
Is their motto water that doesn't taste like it came from a can, but water tastes like you can? Like you can do it.
That's not their motto. That's nobody's
It's
motto.
not?
Well, it would wrap around the whole
Nobody's
can. I mean,
motto.
It's a long motto.
I mean, Liquid Death is only
Big can, though.
5 years old. It's the top-selling still water in the country.
What?
It's in 60,000 stores, including Whole Foods, 7-Eleven, Publix, Sheetz. I was like, what? And again, I've read stories on this the whole time. I had never had it. And then I had it, and I'm like, I must be missing something.
Fiji water's the best water. Or flat. Like,
But again,
we're talking flat water.
But this valuation is solely from marketing, which is kind of an amazing thing. That means that a lot of people were like, it's got a skull on the can. Like, okay, I mean,
That means it's cool to drink
Cool.
water. It makes it cool and
Oh, maybe
edgy to
that's
drink
it.
water.
Yeah. 'Cause
I mean,
no one
they
can
got-
tell you're drinking water.
They got it's advertised on a lot of podcasts, and the people that listen to it are like, yeah, I'll drink the Joe Rogan water.
well, but these are the kind of things, though, that feel like they crash just as quickly as they get up there. So
I don't
and-
think that has ever happened.
Name one time.
Well, and all these, I always laugh at these valuations, too, because they're always like crazy inflated and whatever. They're like, it's probably going to be a $700 million company. Okay. I mean, cool. And then, of course, because it is just water, they have to make it sound like it's much more than that. So it's like, people want healthy options, and it's part of the bigger culture, and their consumption habits are away from, and we're having more fun. All this like word salad rather than just going, it's water with a skull in the can, and people are,
You know how it's crazy that we're selling water in bottles anyway, and it's killing the environment? Well, what if it was in a can and you couldn't close it?
yes, perfect.
but it is flat, so it's not like it's going to lose carbonation or anything. It's
But
just
you
flat
can't-
flavored
yeah,
water.
Inconvenient.
They have
It's
flat.
inconvenient?
They have
Like a-
flat and
Yes.
they have
Sparkling.
sparkling. Yeah.
It is inconvenient because
How is it inconvenient?
Because at least if you have bottled water and you put it in, you drive with it in your car, it's not going to splash around.
No,
like
I don't
it-
care about that.
No,
But
what I'm
I'm
saying
just
is
saying
that
that's
what I'm saying is
inconvenient.
open can that has not killed the beer business is having
Beer
an
gets you
open
drunk.
can.
can't take a beer
you,
anywhere.
You drink beer and you're like slamming it down, like you're trying to drink
Yeah,
the beer.
drinking a beer like you're drinking a water.
Yeah, like if you have a bottle of water, and those are like what, 20-ounce cans?
You're saying people
Yeah.
are drinking the beer faster than the water?
Yes,
Yeah.
100% of the time.
Yeah, these are 16.9 fluid ounces. Anyway, Don't get me wrong. If Liquid Death came to me and wanted to sponsor part of this program, I would say it was the greatest goddamn thing I'd ever had in my
That's
life.
why I asked before
I'm just
I said
really
anything.
surprised that because I had never had it. I had seen it, of course. Everybody's seen it. I just thought that there was more going on there.
I think more, like I said, for me, it's about the carbonation because I had one. They have that at Blossom, and when I went to the last show there, I got a carbonated one and threw a lime in it, and that was more tolerable. So I think for me, it's just the weirdness of it being flat and in a can. It doesn't taste any different. I mean, in my head, I'm like, oh, this tastes metallic, but I could have been making that up, I guess.
Alan Cox Show After Hours line. Anytime you want to call us, leave voicemails there, you can. It's 216-986-8903.
Hey, Alan. Hey, I just want to agree with Mary. You go out looking however you want to. Most of the time I go out, I basically look homeless when I go out. I don't really care what other people think. I'm an old fat man that's married, so why do I got to impress anybody else? Just saying. Hate the show. Deuces.
Yeah, I did get a lot of pushback from people when I said I'm surprised that people don't, how people dress, right? And people were like, oh, you're turning into like, get off my lawn guy. And maybe about that, not in general, but maybe about that, right? But again, your words always give you away. And what most people were telling me is, like this guy, I'm fat and I'm married, so who am I trying to impress?
Nobody.
The thought being, the race is over, I got a wife.
Yeah.
Well, A, maybe try to impress her. B, what's the matter with like looking good when you go out?
Here's the point I'm at in my life. And I said this, my mom's
Because
been saying
you
this for a long
live
time.
with your boyfriend.
No.
If you were still single and
You
didn't know,
saw me when
and
I was
didn't,
single.
huh? Yeah, you were hammered all the time.
So
now
what's
that
the
you're
difference?
because you're sober, and the reason you get sober is because you don't want to be sloppy all the time, literally or figuratively. So I would have to think if sober single mayor was still running around out there, you might not be running around in sweatpants.
Not true, first of all.
Okay.
Second of all, if you meet somebody in sweatpants, they got you at the lowest. It can only go up from here, pal.
Nobody's
So
looking
if
for
we're-
that. Part of the
If we're
fun.
making a connection in sweatpants, just wait till you see me in my knockout dress.
Part of the fun. Oh, so you think
Start the bar
the
low.
first impression should be the worst?
Yes.
No.
I didn't. So my boyfriend and I started dating
I
in
think
summer.
part of the fun is when you finally do see them kind of no makeup, sweatpants, like down the road. You're like, oh, okay, like this is a thing. You don't start there.
My boyfriend and I started dating the first time around in summer of 2019. And it wasn't until like our fifth date that he saw me with makeup on because we kept doing outdoor summer things. I'm not going to wear makeup to go canoeing. I'm not going to, you know what I mean? Like stuff like that where when we finally went to like our first dinner date, like nice dress up dinner, when I did my hair and my makeup and had on a nice outfit, that was like a couple dates in. And he was like, damn, look at you. You're a man. Like, yeah, see, I roped
But
you
then
in.
they want you to see, they want to see that all the
No,
time.
they don't, because he had already.
Yes.
That's at fifth date level. The first four, he didn't have to come back after not seeing me with makeup on.
I guess.
You're just a lot more into looks than the rest of us.
I just
Think
guess.
so?
I don't.
What about their heart? What does
I
their
don't
heart look
understand.
like,
I don't
Alan?
understand why people.
Some makeup on that heart.
Some cold mascara on your cold, dark heart.
According to that guy, it's all the arteries are blocked. But what I'm saying is, I don't know why people don't take more pride in how they look for themselves. Is what I'm saying.
Because-
It's not
a lot of
important
people,
to
a
them.
lot
This
of
is what
people
it
take
is.
a lot. I know it's not. That's my
Why
point.
does it have to be?
Why it doesn't? I'm surprised it's not.
I know if I
It's a
wanted
very
to.
narcissistic culture. I'm just surprised at how many people are like, I'm just going to put on my pajamas and go to the store.
I think it's a matter of
Because
confidence.
it's always people who go, I'm married. People take issue with the word impress. I'm not saying you have to impress anyone. What I'm saying is, I'm just surprised. And it's always the people who go, I'm married. Who am I trying to impress? Yeah, but guess what? You weren't doing that when you were single,
But
is
there
my
are
point.
people that are
Because when
single
some
doing
people,
it,
they
and
get
just-
married and they go, the race is over.
I also think it's a matter of confidence. If you like, I don't need to look hot at the
Sweatpants
grocery
do not
store.
project confidence.
But I do not feel weird wearing them because I'm comfortable with who I am and the way that
I'm
I
not
look.
talking about you. I'm saying
I'm saying most
sweatpants
people.
don't project confidence.
But I'm not saying you want to appear confident. You are confident. So it's like I don't need to dress to the nines every day because I know that if I wanted to, I could. If I want to be a knockout, I could do it.
I'm not suggesting people wear a suit every day. There's a big chasm between three-piece suit and SpongeBob pajamas in the grocery store.
I
There's
get
a
that.
huge
I understand that.
spectrum there. Somebody said, Alan, you're making the same arguments our grandparents used to get mad when people weren't wearing suits. And they were saying that jeans were for convicts. I'm not saying that. Obviously,
You
styles.
just called me a prisoner.
Obviously, styles change. No, because you're not even wearing jeans. You're wearing sweatpants.
Listen.
Styles change. People can do whatever they want. All I've ever said is I'm just surprised that people go, who do I have to impress? I'm not trying to impress anyone, but there's like a thing where everybody feels a certain way when they put certain clothes on.
Sure.
Right? The reason you get dressed up to be all sexy is because you don't look sexy in sweatpants.
But I don't
But you don't
feel
need-
unsexy.
Right.
And I don't need to look sexy all the time.
Then why didn't you wear sweatpants to that 5th date dinner?
Because it was a nice go-out dinner. So this
Why
is
not
the
wear
time-
sweatpants? Who cares?
I could have, but I
Why
wanted
didn't
to
you?
look good this time.
It's not a trip
Because
to the grocery
sweatpants don't look
store.
good.
No,
But
and
it's not
also
about-
it's not
She
about.
just said I wanted to look good, so I put on
My-
a dress and makeup.
My argument is
You're
not
making
about
my
looking,
point for
no,
me.
I am not. You're making your own point.
Well, I've already made my own point.
It's not about looking good. No one throws on sweatpants is like killing it. That's not what it is. It's about comfort and confidence. Where you're like, I don't need.
How comfortable do people have to be?
I'm telling you, sweatpants at the grocery store. That's how comfortable I need
think
to be.
being a little uncomfortable all the time keeps you on your toes.
That's fine for you.
Keeps your edge. Keeps you some situational awareness, right?
Well, you're also not taking
Comfort,
into
by the
account
way,
that
is the enemy of creativity.
I disagree.
Absolutely true. Comfort is the enemy of creativity.
I would be so much more creative if it were 3 degrees warmer in here, but I'm not. That's why I'm not the best person on the show. You know, that's why it's you. This is
That's
your
what it
creative
is.
temperature.
Right. That's what it is.
I'd have been gunning for your job if it was 74. I'll tell you that much.
You know, Alan, if I could grow
let's call
bananas
her
in
bluff.
here, yeah.
let's
Right.
call her bluff.
Yeah, pop
Let's
that
see.
up a few, and I can take my hoodie off. It won't bother me. Go ahead, Bill. What were you saying?
You're both wrong. No. Because there's different times you want to look and feel a certain way. And if I'm just running to the store and I'm in basketball shorts or sweatpants or
Right.
stuff like that, I don't care. And it's not like it's not the who am I trying to impress. It's I don't need to put on jeans to do this. I need to put
baking
on
soda.
the
No, I
minimum
understand.
amount of clothes to get to the
be
place
in public. Yes.
to get the
understand.
stuff and get home because I'm not worried about how I look. I'm not worried if anybody sees
gonna
me
see
in public
me.
and be like, "Oh, look at Bill. He's just wearing basketball shorts and a t-shirt when he went to Target."
So I
Yeah,
guess what's your
who
thing
cares?
when you're in public that you are
He
like
wants to impress.
absolutely not? I will never leave with shorts on. Why?
Well,
Why are you so concerned?
all I said is I wouldn't if I'm kicking around the house and I have to go somewhere, I put my jeans on.
You have to run up to the store to grab one item. You're
Yeah.
going to be gone round trip total 15 minutes.
Yeah.
You're putting on jeans.
Yeah.
Why?
because I don't want to look like I've given up on life.
How does
why
it
does
look like
that
you've
make
given up
giving
on
up
life
on
to go
life?
get
That's what's
laundry detergent?
Because people don't know that I'm out for 5 minutes doing something.
Why do you care what they think?
I don't.
You tell me all the time not to care what other people think.
That's true.
So then what do you care?
It's
if-
not. It's what I think.
So
No,
I
you
think-
said other people. I don't want other people to think I've given up on life.
You
That's what
did
you
say
just
that.
said.
Okay, fine. I think that sweatpants look like you've given up on life if you're wearing them out in public.
So why do you care what other people think?
I don't. I think that's what that looks like, which
Okay.
is why I put on jeans.
Okay.
I'm not saying it
But
is.
it's-
That's
What
what,
about-
I
what
think
about
it looks
guys?
What
like.
you're worried about is what other people will
No,
perceive you as.
That's what I think it looks like.
Sure.
So I put jeans. By the way, it's not heavy lifting to put jeans on.
It is.
It's just as easy
Have you
as
ever
to
tried a zipper? Come on. And a button?
No.
Button fly? Get
What
out of
about-
here.
what
I wore
about the
button flies
guys-
for a long time. Went commando for a long time, just so I wouldn't have to mess with it. What?
I was shopping Sunday, and apparently that's the day where all the F boys go to Giant Eagle. Like they all just go there and shop.
F boys go to Giant Eagle.
like they're all.
You get a
Boy Sundays
discount.
at Giant
Yeah,
Eagle. Everybody knows
10%
about
off.
that. Yeah, it's like,
But like they're
on
all.
Tuesday it's $5 sushi. On Sunday it's F Boy Day.
But it honestly seems like they all just got out of the gym and they're all going there at the same time. I was included in that. They all.
Did you just get out of the gym?
No, I did my run, but
Okay.
it was.
Well, there you go.
Well, actually, no, I didn't do it Sunday because I was hungover, but I usually do. But there was a guy there in a tank top and shorts. I was just like, okay, one, it's not warm outside. It's not super cold, but it's not warm enough to be just wearing a tank top and then some basketball shorts. I was like, so this dude's probably trying to show off. He probably just left the gym or is going to the gym, and he wants some little nutritious snacks here or something. So that is the exact opposite of your narrative, Alan. That doesn't seem to me like that's someone giving up on life. That's someone like
living their life, and it's a convenient time. They're like, oh, I'm going to the gym
because it did show
and
a
the
lot
grocery
of
store.
It was enough for me to notice because I was walking into the store and he was all the way down by the register, so he was checking out, and I noticed he had nice shiny arms, luscious pecs.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what. When you are looking at these dudes, it doesn't matter what they're wearing. You're not looking at what they're wearing. You're not the fashion. You're not. But that's all irrelevant to this conversation because you're looking at other things on those guys.
No, but he's saying the outfit.
You just talked about his sweaty pecs.
No, he's talking
they're
about
in lounge clothes. They're in workout clothes, sweatpants and a t-shirt, or
it's the
gym
exact
shorts and a
opposite of-
t-shirt.
Yes, and Poundcake wants to see the outline of their D. That's why he likes it.
Why
It's
didn't
got
you say-
nothing to
You're
do.
ignoring his point. His point is that these people haven't given up on life. They're bettering themselves by going to the gym. So just because they're dressed a certain way doesn't mean they didn't just run 5 miles.
Okay.
the other day.
If you just came from the gym and you want to wear your SpongeBob
You just threw them on.
If you just came from the gym and you want to wear your SpongeBob pajamas to Walmart, God bless. You know as well as I do, 90% of the people doing that did not just come from the gym.
They might have.
They did not.
I would say it's most likely.
They can barely stay vertical.
I'd say most people who have cartoon pajama
It
pants are
sounds
at
like
the
to
gym.
me. So if the person's in bad shape and they're wearing is it SpongeBob's? I mean, you're really locked
Solely.
into SpongeBob pajama pants.
Minnie
But if they're
Mouse,
wearing
whatever.
pajama pants, they've given up on life.
I'm saying that when we all know that people will treat you a certain way based on how you look. Just a fact of life.
Yeah, but
People will treat you better if you're dressed nice or whatever. I'm just surprised the way some people treat each other that more people are not cognizant of that. That's all I'm saying.
Right, but when you're going to a store now, you're not even interacting with anybody because they have no cashiers. So you're just going through self-checkout.
It's true.
Or even if you are interacting with a cashier, they don't care.
They don't care.
No one cares.
I'm not concerned
You
about
tell
what the
Cody-
cashier thinks.
You tell Cody all the time, no one's thinking about you. No
Right,
one's looking
but-
at you.
but
Do
everything
what
that-
you're doing.
Everything that you
No,
bring
no.
up seems to contradict itself because you're like, it looks like you've given up on life to you. but
That's all I've said.
Right,
This
but-
is my opinion.
But it's like
Nothing beyond that. This is why
no
I
one
put
has.
this
just
is
because
why
they're
I
wearing
put
sweatpants.
this is why I put on jeans if I have an errand to do. That's
right.
all.
I'm
That's
gonna start
all I've
associating
said.
jeans with giving up on life.
That's all I've said.
I don't think the clothes are what makes you give up on life. I think there's a lot of reasons that show that you've given up on life. I think it's the dead eyes. That'll do it. So if they're not wearing sunglasses, I'm like,
Probably giving up on life.
You've given up
can
on
see your
illumination,
eyes,
haven't
and it
you?
looks like there's nothing behind them.
Yeah, that's right. All right, let me take a break here. I will have what for you? Well, I have Bill Maher tickets for you in about half an hour. He just announced a show this morning, MGM Northfield Park in May, I think, if you like Bill Maher. So we'll do those shortly. 35192 on a text for something. I'll have another $1,000 for it. Next chance for you to go fund yourself is coming up at 4:30.
The Alan Cox Show.
On our free iHeartRadio app and your favorite smart device. Just tell it to play the Alan Cox Show on iHeartRadio.
WMMS weather.